You shine a flashlight into a dark room, and two coins of green fire stare back at you from the corner. Then you flip on the lights, and it's just your cat. Or your dog. Or the neighbor's horse, if you've ever driven past a field at night. For a second, it looks unnatural, almost alien. But it isn't a trick, and it isn't a defect.
Nope.
It's a piece of ancient engineering sitting behind your pet's retina that your own eyes threw away millions of years ago. Why would evolution build something that useful, then rip it back out of you? That glow has a name, tapetum lucidum, Latin for bright tapestry. It's a mirror-like layer behind the retina. Light passes through the eye once, hits that mirror, and bounces back through the retina a second time. Every photon gets a second chance to trigger a photoreceptor. That's why a cat can hunt in lights so dim you'd be stumbling into furniture, and why a dog can still chase a ball across a yard well after sunset. Almost every nocturnal mammal has one. Cats, dogs, deer, cows, horses. Even some fish and spiders build their own version of the same trick. You don't have one.
Nada.
No human does.
Nope.
And that absence isn't random. It's a fossil of a decision your ancestors made roughly 65 million years ago, back when the very first primates were small, twitchy, tree-dwelling creatures barely bigger than a mouse. Here's the part most people never think about. Those early primates were nocturnal. They almost certainly did have some form of light-reflecting layer behind the eye, the same kind your cat or dog still carries today. Then, something changed. In 1942, a vision scientist named Gordon Walls proposed an idea that still shapes how researchers think about eye evolution. He called it the nocturnal bottleneck hypothesis. The idea is simple. Early mammals, including the ancestors of primates, spent an enormous stretch of their evolutionary history hiding from dinosaurs by living at night. Millions of years in the dark reshaped their eyes around low light. Then, once the dinosaurs vanished and the days became safe, some lineages crawled back out into daylight, carrying eyes still built for darkness. Primates were one of the lineages that made that crawl back into daylight. And once your ancestors started living by day instead of by night, that mirror behind the eye stopped being an advantage. It actually became a liability.
Damn.
Think about what that mirror does. It bounces light back through the retina for a second pass. In near darkness, that's a gift. In bright daylight, that same bounce scatters extra light across the retina and blurs fine detail. A mirror that helps you see in starlight actively works against you when you're trying to make out the fine texture of a leaf, a face, or a ripe piece of fruit. So your ancestors' eyes made a trade. They gave up the mirror. And what they built instead was sharper daytime vision, powered by a very specific upgrade. That upgrade is color. Around 30 to 35 million years ago, a group of primates called Catarans, the ancestors of old world monkeys, apes, and eventually you, evolved a third type of color-detecting cone in the retina. Most mammals get by on two cone types and a fairly muted blue and yellow view of the world. That includes your cat and your dog, both of whom see a far less colorful world than you do.
Damn.
Your ancestors gained a third cone tuned to the red-green range. Vision researcher Gerald Jacobs, who spent decades studying color perception across dozens of primate species, has shown again and again that this trichromatic upgrade wasn't cosmetic.
Nope.
It was survival equipment. A ripe red fruit against a sea of green leaves. A young reddish leaf, softer and more nutritious, standing out from a mature green one. Trichromatic vision let your ancestors spot food that colorblind primates walked straight past.
Damn.
But here's the catch nobody tells you. You cannot have it both ways.
Nope.
A retina that reflects light twice for night vision scatters that same light during the day, and scattered light ruins the crisp edges your eyes need to tell a ripe fruit from an unripe one, or a friend's face from a stranger's.
Damn.
So as trichromatic color vision sharpened, the tapetum lucidum quietly disappeared. Your ancestors traded the mirror for the palate.
Yeah.
There's a second half to this trade, and it's sitting in the density of your own retina right now. In 1990, researcher Christine Curcio mapped the human retina cell by cell and found something striking. The center of your retina, the small patch you use whenever you look directly at something, is packed almost entirely with cone cells, the receptors responsible for color and fine detail. Rod cells, the receptors that work best in dim light, are pushed out toward the edges.
Your cat's retina looks nothing like that. Rods dominate almost the entire surface, and a cat's tapetum is so efficient it can see in roughly 1/6 of the light you need.
Damn!
Your dog sits somewhere in between. Less extreme than a cat, but still built for dusk and shadow in a way you never will be. Both see a duller, less colorful world than you do, but they see far more of it in the dark.
Nice.
So when your pet's eyes flare up in a flashlight beam, you're not looking at something broken or strange.
Nope.
You're looking at a full-time night vision system your own lineage deliberately dismantled, piece by piece, over tens of millions of years, in exchange for color, detail, and a life lived by daylight. Next time you flip a light switch without thinking, or glance at a bowl of bright red strawberries and instantly know they're ripe, remember what that convenience cost. Somewhere back in a dark forest canopy, an ancestor of yours gave up seeing in the night so that you could see everything else more clearly by day. Your cat and your dog kept the mirror. You kept the color.
Yeah!
And the next time a flashlight catches those two glowing eyes across a dark room, you'll know exactly what you're looking at.
You're goddamn right.
And exactly what your own eyes gave up to never do the same.